Hello everybody, my name is Verdi and welcome to the next episode from my Caribbean style city of Monteverde. Today's build is gonna be a bit smaller than in the last episode, where I've built this awesome port, but it's gonna be very important for the city nonetheless, cause in this episode we are building a market, one of the most important community and culture centers of the city, and there is no better place to build it than here, on this odd shaped block conveniently close to the port. So, let's begin. The market is gonna have two parts. An indoor part inspired by the market in Fort-de-France in Martinique, and an outdoor part right next to it, most likely dedicated to fish and seafood. After all, you don't want to have the smell of fish in a covered market together with all the other produce. That's why in real life, you usually have two separate markets, the fish market usually being right next to the port, and the general market closer to the city center. However, the two-market configuration is more typical for larger cities. So because of that, and because I have this nice lot, there is gonna be just one market in Monteverde. But now to the build. As the roof of the covered part, I placed this greenhouse and the walls I made from these Eastern European storefronts. It took quite a while to get everything in place. It's always a hassle when building something custom out of these storefronts, or anything else for that matter. I'm getting flashbacks from the first episode, where I said I won't build anything from storefronts ever again. The back of the market hall I didn't want to leave open like the front, so I covered it with these Japanese buildings. And since it didn't quite fit, I needed to add a second one to the side here. Love these buildings, maybe I'm overusing them a bit, but there just aren't many assets that could pass off as Caribbean. Next on the list is the industrial building. It's here mainly to fill in space that is not particularly suitable for housing, due to its close proximity to the fish market and port. I think that the couple households that are in those Japanese buildings I placed earlier are enough for these not so ideal conditions. Now that all of the buildings are in place, let's make the market, well, actually a market. And for that, we need stalls. I first added them to the covered part, and while I had the roof off, I did all of the surfaces and decals there too. I also needed to place another set of storefronts inside, because they have just one-sided textures. This was super painful to align. Seriously, don't build anything with storefronts unless you hate yourself. I know I said it before and still did it again, but I will say it once more. This is the last time I'm doing anything with storefronts, because it hurts. As for the surfaces, I found this hexagonal tile surface. We'll be definitely using it some more in the city, because hexagonal tiles are pretty typical for Latin America. They are mostly found in Mexico and Brazil, and that's not that far off, especially considering the fact that I'm using mainly Japanese and Chinese buildings. For the inside, I used Sally's concrete tiles and topped everything off with no other than Sally's decals. I also got a bit carried away and placed down a couple of trash containers. They probably won't even be visible through the greenhouse roof. Outside, I started by doing all of the surfaces and decals. Then, I recolored all of the storefronts of the market hall, cause I definitely didn't forget to do it earlier. And no, I didn't forget about the inside ones. The process was just too long to put into the video. Next, I moved on to the fish market, filling it with stalls. To make the market area more lively, I added quite a bit of invisible paths. I put them inside the covered part too, so we should even see some people going through there. And the last part of the market area is a parking lot that's gonna be in the space between the street and the houses here. First, I clear the space of decals, because I want to make all the parking in the city free, and for that I need to click on every parking space individually and set it as free, and that is impossible to do if it's all covered by decals. My go-to for custom parking lots are the domes parking spaces, in this case the invisible versions. The only unfortunate thing is that you can't place the parking spaces closer to each other, because then they don't connect to the road properly. That makes the parking lot less dense than I would like it to be. It is of course okay if you are building a parking lot for something like a suburban shopping center, but that is not the case here. This is just a small paved area by the market where everybody parks however they like, according only to the size of their vehicle. But I can't do anything about that, and I would much rather have a working parking lot with a little less density than just a couple car props sitting there doing nothing. Now let's do some final touches to the market area and then move on to my customary city expansion. First of those final touches is to put decals on the roofs and walls of the houses and the industrial building here. Next, I put some graffiti on all of the flat walls and decorated the space in front of the factory with some random props. At last, I connected power cables to the buildings here by using my trick of placing the utility poles inside of them and sinking them to the ground a bit. In the second part of the video, I'll be filling in these two blocks to fulfill my commitment from the second episode to build a bit of residential in every video. These blocks, however, will not be like all the others, cause these two are gonna mark the edge of the city center and slowly transition this side of the city into low density. But that is everything that is special about them, because otherwise they are like all the others. Just fill them in with the same Japanese and Chinese buildings I use everywhere, remove the surfaces and unwanted sub-elements from them, cover the roads with custom surfaces and the area around the buildings with decals, recolor the roofs, place state decals on them, and finally fill all the empty spaces with trees and bushes. So let's traditionally make it into a montage. But now, let's interrupt the montage for a bit, because in the middle of the detailing, I randomly decided to place some zoning cubes into the market. This will make the market actually functional, and not only a decoration. I also remembered to turn off the mod disabling building notifications, and there was quite a bit of things to fix. Luckily, most of these problems are fixable by a little wiggle with Move It, and where it's not that easy to fix, I can just replace the building with the static plottable version. And that would be all for the detailing montage. But before ending the video, let's do a couple of finishing touches, the first of them being lamps. And as the last thing before the cinematics, I want to expand this road with parking. I always wanted to have parking here, but when I was building it, I forgot about it and it stayed that way until now. Fortunately, it didn't mess up the house much. I only needed to redo the surface for the sidewall. And with that done, any of the future ones. Take care, enjoy the cinematic, bye bye.